What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Board Game Sensei YouTube channel. I'm your boy Nick, and guys, we're back at it with another video. Guys, today we're going to be talking about 5 games that are never leaving my collection, and these games are from 2016 all the way up to 2022. Guys, if you like what you see, I, I say it almost every video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, even hit the bell notification, or not. You don't have to do that. It's just something that, for some reason we say on YouTube all the time. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the 5 games that are never leaving my collection from 2016 all the way to 2022. So for the first game we're going to talk about, it is Mythic Mischief. Guys, I absolutely love this game. It's a puzzle every time you play it. We have both the Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Mythic Mischief. This game reminds me a lot of I say this every time. Every time I pull this game out, I say this. But if you watch Monsters University and you remember the the game that they play when they're in the library and they're trying to sneak around the librarian to try to get certain things and bring them back to where they're supposed to, like the flags or something, bring them back to where they're supposed to. This is what that game reminds me of. And man, is it a really, really fun puzzle. My wife beats me at it every single time we play it, but that doesn't matter because I still think this is such a fun game. And that is why this game is never leaving my collection, because the puzzle every time changes. It's a different game every time. You can learn the factions and even do tournaments and stuff like that with your friends and things. And man, what a fun game. That's number 5. That game that's never leaving my collection, and that is Mythic. And for number 4, we have Crypted. Man, when I first bought this game, I went through a phase there for a little bit where I was looking for deduction games, whether it be social deduction, whether it be whatever deduction game it may be. I was going through a phase there, and I'm so glad that I picked up Crypted, because Crypted is one of those games where every time you play it, there's always a different rule set, and there's always a different spot that it's going to be, and there's different maps. There's so much different variability in this game, and we've probably only played this game though probably about 3 times. But every time we've gotten it out to the table, we've just enjoyed it because it's a deduction game, and it's a deduction game that you won't get tired of, at least in my opinion. And that's why this game's never leaving the collection, because there's so much replayability. There, you can play it with any friend group, and I believe have a great time with it. It's easy to learn, easy to pick up, and if you just want a quick game, because this game plays in about 30 to 50 minutes. I think that's about right. 3 to 5 players, but such a fantastic game, and it has a great system where you're looking and you say yes or no. They ask you if the crypt is here. If it matches your rule, you say yes. If yes, you put down a circle. You say no, you put down a cube, and then you go until you deduce the where the cryptid is for your rule. Such a great game. I recommend picking this one up. My number 4 game that's never leaving my collection. That is Cryptid. Now let's go to my number 3. Now this is a game that doesn't get talked about a lot anymore, and that is the Isle of Cats. The Isle of Cats is a tile placing game where you're trying to save these cats from the evil Dark Lord that is trying to come to the island to, well, unalive all the cats on the island, and you're trying to save them on your boat. And what an interesting tile placement game where you're using, excuse me, sorry, where you're using cards to save these cats, and you're trying to get them on your boat, and you can't save all of them. That's the sad thing about it. It's the theme wise of this game. You can't save all of them, but you will save some, and that is always a good thing because animals are just so near and dear to my heart. And this Isle of Cats is a really, really good game. It actually really surprised me when I first bought this. My wife. This is actually when I first one of the few games that I bought in the hobby when I first started getting into the hobby, because I saw it all over the place, and then eventually it just tapered down and nobody ever talks about it anymore. Which I don't know why, because it's still such a good game. But what I like about this game is not only is there a standard mode, but you have a family mode. So when my son gets a little bit older, maybe even now, it says 8+, but I think 5, 6, 6 years old, 6-year-olds, I think they would understand this game too, especially in the family mode. It's super simple. You're just playing cards, get the baskets to place cats. That's that simple of a game. And if you've never played the Isle of Cats and you are a cat person, or even if you're not a cat person, it's still a great tile placement game, card hand management. Well, hand management, yeah, I guess it would be a hand management game where you're just saving all the cats. And how can you say no to these little cats here? But awesome critters like fantasy cats too. I mean, they're really really cool fantasy cats. And it's set in a game. It's set in a world where there's a game I used to have called the City of Kings, and it's set in the same world. And I didn't know that until like last year. But man, is Isle of Cats very good, and it's never leaving my collection because this is just a banger of a game, and honestly, very very underrated. That is my number 3, Isle of Cats. And for my number 2 game of games that's never leaving my collection, 2016 through 2022 edition, this is a game I play with my son, and he's 2. He's a 2-year-old, and he can understand this game. Um, he does. It does take him a little bit to get focused, but when he gets focused, oh, he loves this game. Let me go ahead and show you. That is Marvel United. This was a game that came out in 2020 in the midst of COVID, and I honestly thought when I got this game that it was going to be garbage. I thought it wasn't going to be good. I thought that it was just going to be a weird chibi type game but honestly the mechanics in this is really really fun, and the fact that it has so much content out there that you can get, and it's a different game every time. What I mean by that is every boss is different. I don't know how they do it, but it's a different game. Great mechanic, and who doesn't love Marvel, right? And they have a DC version coming out, I believe. I hope it's still coming out because that's pretty cool. I like Batman and all those guys, but Marvel sings for anyone, right? If you're a Marvel fan, you'll like DC or Marvel United because man, did I think it was going to be a bad game, but it's not a bad game at all. It's not even that repetitive either. You draw a card, you play it, you do the action and the action before that, and the actions before that. And man, does it call off some cool stories. And by the way, it's a really, really pretty game too. And man, do I love Marvel United. It's very fun. You can play it with your 2-year-old. I played it with my 2-year-old, and he understood it, which is absolutely blows my mind. And that is my number 2, and that is Marvel United. And boy, again, like I said, this game's just good. You should try it. If you have it on your shelf, if you bought the Kickstarter and it's on your shelf, try this game. It's really, really good. I enjoy it a lot. That's my number 2, Marvel United. For my number 1 game, now this game was on my top 50 lists, and I believe it hit my top 10 or top 5 around there somewhere, but it's a game that's never leaving, and that is Scythe. This game came out in 2016. I didn't actually get it in 2016. I didn't get into the hobby until about 2020. Yeah, 2020. But man, when I found out about Scythe and I read up on it and did my studies on it, man, did I want it more and more. This game is just fantastic. I mean, it's a 4X game. I mean, yeah, okay, you could still call it 4X. Some people don't think it's 4X. I think some people don't even say it's a war game. It's not a war game, that's for sure. I can tell you that. It's not a war game. Okay, we can say it's a 4X game. Let's just say that. It's a 4X game that you are trying to get you and your civilization or your faction that you are, and you're trying to get the most wealth and power and reputation to win the game. And you have these different objectives that you go on. You have these really really beautiful artwork that I think it's Jacob. Is it? Let's see. It's Jacob Rosowski. I hope I said that right. But Jacob Rosowski has a beautiful beautiful artwork. Love his art, and the cards are beautiful, even down to the very combat cards are beautiful, beautiful art. But man, in Scythe, it's really, really cool action system. It's a very unique action system for sure because you're using your little pawn to go on different actions. You can only do it once, except unless you're the Rescue faction, then you can do it twice. And you're trying to maximize and optimize, kind of max min your mat there a little bit. And man, is this such a good game! And if you haven't played Scythe, let me encourage you to go get it because this game is definitely never leaving the collection. My gaming group loves it. We haven't played this game in probably a couple years. It's overdue to get back to the table. But yeah, Scythe is a fantastic game that I recommend to anybody. Guys, that is my 5 games, 2016 to 2022 edition, that are never leaving my collection. You guys tell me, what are some games that you'll never get rid of? It doesn't necessarily have to be 2016, 2022, but what are games in your collection that you will never get rid of? I'll see you guys on the next one.